Hello dear students, welcome back to my channel I Love Pharmacology. In today's session, let's learn about the drug-eluting coronary stents, which is a novel method of drug delivery system, and also you can call it as a anti-proliferative therapy. So first, coming to the introductory part, drug-eluting stents are also called as drug-eluting coronary stents, or it is also called by a name drug-eluting endovascular stents. So basically, these drug-eluting stents permit the direct as well as the local delivery of the drugs in small quantities. Basically, it delivers the immunosuppressive agents. So it has got a targeted drug delivery system. So usefulness of this coronary drug-eluting coronary stents, or it maximizes the efficacy of the stents which is being placed, as well as it minimizes the systemic exposure because it has got the direct as well as the local action. Coming to the drugs which are used in the form of drug-eluting coronary stents, we have low doses of sirolimus, which is also called as rapamycin. We have paclitaxel and two more sirolimus derivatives, that are everolimus and zetorolimus. So these are the four drugs which you need to remember, and it is delivered via drug-eluting coronary stents. So along with the coronary stents, basically these drugs will be used. They have a beneficial effect which you will going to learn in the subsequent slides. Coming to the mechanism of action of drug-eluting coronary stents. So basically it reduces the restenosis rate after angioplasty or coronary angioplasty. The mechanism is it diminishes the neointimal hyperplasia. It diminishes the neointimal hyperplasia. Thereby, they inhibits the cellular proliferation. Means to say that it inhibits the cellular proliferation in the smooth muscle cells as well as in the intact endothelial cells, and thereby it prevents the subsequent reocclusion of the artery. So coming to the extra edge point, so basically the intracoronary stents will helps in ameliorating the angina as well as it reduces the adverse events associated with acute coronary syndromes. But using intracoronary stents alone will not prevent the risk of restenosis. That's why you need to use a drug-eluting coronary stents. Along with the intracoronary stents, you need to use some of the immunosuppressive agent which prevents the restenosis as well as reocclusion of the stents. So the long term, when you see the long term efficacy of the intracoronary stents, they have limited benefits. So the long term efficacy of intracoronary stents are limited because of the subacute luminal restenosis which can occur within the stents. So basic pathology which lies behind the restenosis is there will be smooth muscle proliferation within the lumen of stented arteries. So to prevent that smooth muscle proliferation, you will be using the immunosuppressive agents like sirolimus, paclitaxel, etc. And along with that, you will also be using a dual antiplatelet therapy, that is aspirin as well as clopidogrel for a period of 1 year. So coming to the extra edge point, basically these drug-eluting stents will inhibit the vascular smooth muscle cell proliferation and also attenuates the formation of intact endothelial layer within the stented arteries. Thereby, it markedly reduces the rate of restenosis or reocclusion compared with the bare metal stents. So along with the metal stents, you need to use this immunosuppressive agent to prevent the restenosis. Thank you. If you like this video, do subscribe to my channel, I Love Pharmacology, and do not forget to share it. Thank you.